Today I'm going to look at Captain Kirk's so-called journey into space. Got a few clips to look at, but first we're going to let Chris Hadfield lay the template, the foundation for what we're going to see here. And of course, give it all away to all of us who know what the game is about, and of course stand by the things that are simply true. And by doing that, we know this space is nothing but a charade, a pantomime. And Chris is going to confirm that for us indirectly here. So let's just have a little listen.
Retired Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield joins me now to talk some more about this. Thanks for your time tonight.
Good evening, Morella.
So you actually sent a message to Mr. Shatner. What did you say?
Well, we chatted back and forth, wishing him well, telling him to absolutely revel in the experience, and you know, to make sure he doesn't get all caught up trying to record it or something. Have fun, you know, really absorb.
Very revealing, Chris. So you told Captain Kirk, William Shatner, to revel in the fun, but don't worry about capturing any of it on film. Let me just listen to that again, just to clarify, Chris.
Experience, and you know, to make sure he doesn't get all caught up trying to record it or something. Have fun, you know, really absorb.
No offence, the experience would be even better if you captured it on film so you could replay that experience time and time again, Chris. The fact you're telling Captain Kirk not to film it, this once-in-a-lifetime experience, kind of gives the game away, Chris. Dear oh dear. Let's just watch a snippet from the actual launch itself. I watched it live, skimmed through it. There's no footage live from inside the capsule. That all gets released later. And of course there's loads of cuts left, right and centre. Just the usual tosh essentially. So we'll just look at a short clip of the launch. And off they go to space, supposedly. Wonderful stuff. Now we join the action 66 miles up, supposedly. Please take note of that horizon there out of window number 2. That horizon, bearing in mind there's 66 miles up, supposedly. That horizon should be over 120 miles below eye level. But sure enough, there it is, just outside the window. And of course, as I've previously highlighted, any curvature we see is optical and not physical. Alright, and I'll show you again at the end of this video that using Blue Origin's test runs. But let's just have a look at this propaganda stunt here. Usual tosh.
Weightlessness. Oh Jesus.
Carmen line.
Now on the other side, the window, the horizon appears a bit lower, so I'm guessing the capsule is angled back slightly, okay? But of course the horizon is right up there when it should be over 120 miles below eye level, which is why we're getting a slight difference from one side of the capsule to the other. One, the horizon's higher than eye level, or appearing, and on the other side maybe slightly lower. Of course that's the capsule itself, slightly out of plumb, if you like.
No description can equal this. Weightlessness.
This is nuts!
Oh my God.
This is
Oh wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh.
I gotta say, Captain, you're 90 years old. I gotta say, you look great for that fella. Fair play.
My goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
I bet you can't believe it, Captain. As you look out the window and the penny drops, it turns out the Earth's a level plane. Demonstrably true. Who would have thought Captain Kirk comes to the realization that the Earth is level? There's no physical curve whatsoever. Hence, our space-loving friend here, William Shatner, is blown away. We know there's no physical curve, so if he really did go up there, he's come to the realization that the Earth isn't a ball. No wonder you can't believe it, Captain. I find it strange that the advice Chris Hadfield gave Captain Kirk was not to get caught up here trying to take pictures or video. just enjoy the moment. You would have thought with that advice, they'd all be wearing GoPros to capture the moment without having to hassle of a camera. Maybe a P900 or P1000 up there that they could all pass around and have a quick zoom in and out. Of course, no cameras, no GoPros, kind of giving the game away here that they're trying to hide something. It's just a show to get you to believe in absurdities that is Cannonball Earth, which of course is scientifically impossible anyway. We've had Captain at the window just now getting quite emotional and blown away by what he saw. We know if he really went up there, he wouldn't have seen any physical curve. So has Captain Kirk suddenly become a flat earther, level earther? Well, let's have a listen to the Captain here as he's made it way back to Earth here. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Everybody in the world needs to do this. Everybody in the world needs to see. Oh my God.
Bless you, Captain. Have you realised the Earth's a level plane? My Star Trek legend friend.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, the little things of weightlessness. But to see the blue color go whip by, and now you're staring into blackness. That's the thing. The covering of blue, this sheet, this blanket, this comforter of blue that we have around. We think, oh, that's blue sky. And then suddenly you shoot through it all of a sudden, as though you whip off a sheet off you when you're asleep, and you're looking into blackness, into black ugliness. And you look down, there's the blue down there, and the black up there, and it's just, there is Mother and Earth and comfort, and is there death? I don't know. Is that death? Is that the way death is? Whoop, and it's gone. Jesus. It was so moving to me. This experience has been something unbelievable. You see, yeah, you know, weightless, my stomach went up, and God, this is so weird. But not as weird as the covering of blue. This is what I never expected. Oh, it's one thing to say, oh, the sky and the thing and the fragile. It's all true. But what isn't true, what is unknown until you do it, is there's this pillow, there's this soft blue. Look at the beauty of that color. And it's so thin. And you're through it in an instant. It's what how thick is it?
The atmosphere.
Is it a mile? 2
miles?
miles?
It depends on how you measure, because it thins out, but maybe 50 miles.
But you're going 2,000 miles an hour. So you're through 50 miles at whatever the mathematics
fast.
are.
Yeah, really
you know,
fast.
It's like a beat, and suddenly you're through the blue. And you're into black. And you're...
I should let you know here, Captain, the U-2 pilot who flies at 70,000 feet has got the black sky as well, my good man. Just for the record.
You know, it's mysterious and galaxies and things, but what you see is black. And what you see down there is light, and that's...
What you're not mentioning that you saw, though, Captain, was any sign of curve. And I would have thought that would have been the first thing you would have discussed, particularly as you had your face plant into the window. Fair play, I would have done the same myself. And fair play, Captain, you look great for 90. So you've obviously looked after yourself. No doubt lavish lifestyle has been good to you. And I think, Captain, you're having a bit of a moment here. There's a little bit of your acting coming out, because you can't help it, you're a natural actor. But there's also some realness here, of a real experience and a real realisation, I feel. As you've realised, the Earth isn't a ball.
difference. And not to have this, you have done something. I mean, whatever those other guys are doing, what isn't, I don't know about that. What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary, extraordinary. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can...
It's a shame, Captain, you didn't record it with either GoPros or cameras. And you definitely shouldn't have taken Chris Hadfield's advice, obviously, because you're so emotional. Wouldn't it have been nice to capture this incredible once-in-a-lifetime thing on film? Yourself with GoPros and cameras? I know you've got the mainstream cameras, but as a personal voyage journey up there? I think you're not allowed to take cameras because you're not allowed to accidentally give the game away, i.e. that the Earth is a level plane. And I think that is why we've got so much emotion, I should say, from Captain here. I think he's realised. Of course, he's not going to say, because this is the space tourism promotion, I guess you want to call this, as they're selling this lie. No doubt Captain is, if he was in that and he flew up, and I think he did, to be honest, even though there was lots of cuts and they quite easily could have been dropped out of a cargo plane with a capsule, I think they possibly did go up there, and I think this emotion's real from Captain, and I think he's had the realisation that the Earth isn't a ball, despite his years as a Star Trek legend.
Maintain what I feel now. I don't want to lose it. It's so...
We'll leave it there. You should have filmed it, Captain, ignored Chris Hadfield, had GoPros and cameras, and you never would have lost it. It'd have been captured forever and ever. With your own personal touch, with your own camera and your own memories. And you could have shared those with all of us, Captain, because it obviously is hit hard as you feel quite emotional here. But of course you're not allowed to share the real truth that the Earth is a level plane. Bear with me. And just before I go, just to show you, any curve we see is optical and not physical. This is from the test run from last year, showing the curvature supposedly in space. Problem is, when I blend it with an image from the ground, it's the same image at ground level than it is supposedly 60 odd miles up in space. Very strange. So let's have a look. Space supposedly on the ground before takeoff. Space and on the ground before takeoff. It's exactly the same amount of supposed curve, again proving any curvature is optical and not physical. My review here is that Captain Kirk has come to the realization that the Earth is level. If he's flown up, which I think he has, I don't think he went up as high as they say he did, but of course there's no curve. I think this has hit home quite hard for Captain Kirk, William Shatner. I think he's now had this massive realization that not everything he's been told regarding the realm we find ourselves in is true. And of course that probably hit home a lot harder given the fact he's a space sci-fi